only for a few minutes. I promise you'll be here when you come back.
Very well. Hang my bag, will you? Oh, you darling, you little darling. Mwah, mwah. Oh.
How good is she really?
I don't know.
Do you really think she can get me back again?
But my dear child.
Don't call me your dear child. It's smug and supercilious.
Well, there's no need to be rude.
This whole thing's been a failure. A dreary, miserable failure. And oh, what high hopes I started out with.
Well, you can't expect much sympathy from me, you know. I am perfectly aware that your highest hope was to murder me.
Don't put it like that. It sounds so beastly.
It is beastly. It's one of the beastliest ideas I've ever heard.
There was a time when you'd have welcomed the chance of being with me forever.
Your behavior has shocked me immeasurably, Elvira. I had no idea you were so unscrupulous.
Oh, Charles!
Stop crying.
They're only ghost tears. They don't mean anything really, but they're very painful.
You put all this on yourself, you know.
That's right, Evelyn. Anyhow, it was only because I loved you. The silliest thing I ever did in my whole life was to love you. You were always unworthy of me.
That remark was perilously near impertinence, Elvira.
I sat there, on the other side, just longing for you day after day. I did really. All through there with that brassy-looking woman in the south of France, I went on loving you and singing truly to you. And then you married Ruth, and even then I forgave you, and I tried to understand, because deep inside I believed that you really loved me best. That's why I put myself down for a return visit, and had to fill in all those forms and leave out rotting passages for hours. If only you'd died before you ghosted, everything might have been all right. She's absolutely ruined you. I hadn't been in the house a day before I realized that. Your books aren't a quarter as good as they used to be either.
That is entirely untrue. Ruth helped me and encouraged me with my work, which is more than you ever did.
That's probably what's wrong with it.
All you ever thought was going to pennies and enjoying yourself.
Why shouldn't I have fun? I died young, didn't I?
You needn't have died at all if you had been idiotic enough to go out on the river with Guy Henderson and get soaked to the skin.
So we're back at Guy Henderson again, are we?
Uh-huh. You behaved abominably over Guy Henderson, and it's no use pretending that you didn't.
Guy adored me, and anyhow, he was very attractive.
You told me distinctly that he didn't attract you in the least.
You'd have gone through the roof if I told you he did.
Did you have an affair with Guy Henderson?
I'd rather not discuss it if you don't mind.
Answer me. Did you, or didn't you?
Of course I didn't.
You let him kiss you, though, didn't you?
How could I stop him? He was bigger than I was.
And you swore to me.
Of course I did. You were always making scenes over nothing at all.
Nothing at all?
You never loved me a bit, really. It was only your beastly vanity.
You seriously believe it was only vanity that upset me when you went out on boat with Guy Henderson?
You seem to forget why I went. You seem to forget that you had spent the entire night making sheep's eyes at that overblown harridan with the false pearls.
A woman in Cynthia Chavois' position would hardly wear false pearls.
They were practically all she was wearing.
It pains me to observe that 7 years in the echoing vaults of eternity have in no way impaired your native vulgarity.
That was a remarkable pompous jerk.
There's nothing to be gained by continuing this discussion.
You always used to say that when we were thoroughly worsted.
On looking back in our married years, Elvira, I see now, with horrid clarity, that there were nothing but a mockery.
Mockery? You invite mockery, Charles. It's something to do with your personality, a certain seedy grandeur.
Once and for all, Elvira.
You never suspected it, but I laughed at you steadily from the altar to the grave, all through your petty jealousies and your fussings and fumings.
You were feckless, irresponsible, and morally unstable. I realized that before we left Blithe Salterton.
Nobody but a monumental bore would have thought of having their honeymoon at Blithe Salterton.
What's the matter with Blithe Salterton?
I was an eager young bride, Charles. I wanted glamour and music and romance. All I got were potted palms and 7 hours every day on a damp golf course.
Well, it's a pity you didn't tell me so at the time.
I did, but she wouldn't listen. That's why I went out on the moors that day with Captain Bracegirdle.
You swore to me you got over to see your aunt in Exmouth.
It was the moors.
Captain Bracegirdle?
With Captain Bracegirdle.
Oh, Elvira. I'm so cross with you.
Quiet's getting to me.
All I can say is that I'm well rid of you.
Unfortunately, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. You're dead, Ruth's dead. I shall sell this house and go away.
I shall follow you.
Oh, I shall go away a long way away. I shall go to South America. Oh, you'll hate that. You're always a bad traveler.
That can't be helped. I shall have to follow you. You call me back.
I did not come back.
Well, somebody did, and it's hardly likely to have been Ruth.
Nothing in the world was further from my thoughts.
You were talking about me before dinner that evening.
I might just as easily have been talking about Joan of Arc, but that doesn't necessarily mean I wanted her to come and live with me.
As a matter of fact, she's rather fun.
Stick to the point.
When I think of what might have happened if I succeeded in getting you to the other side after all, it makes me shudder. It does, honestly. It'd be nothing but bickering and squabbling forever and ever and ever. I swear I'll be better off with Ruth. At least with her, she'll get her own set and not get in my way.
Oh, so I get in the way, do I?
Only because I was idiotic enough to believe that you loved me. And I sort of felt sorry for you.
I am sick of these insults. Please, just go away.
There's nothing I should like better. I always believed in cutting my losses. That's what I died.
Of all the brazen sophistry.
Call that old girl in again. Set her to work. I won't tolerate this any longer. I want to go home.
For heaven's sake, don't snivel.
Call her in. She's got to get me out of this.
I quite agree, and the sooner, the better. Madame Arcadi, would you please come in now?